All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, it only seems fitting that the San Francisco Giants and all star shortstop Carlos Correa will have a working relationship for the next 13 years. Last year, Correa was looking for a mega payday on the free agent market only to settle for a smaller deal from the Minnesota Twins, which did provide him options to opt out on the contract. Correa did exercise that option this offseason. And for the Giants, they were all in on their pursuit of all star outfielder Aaron Judge. And of course, Judge was tempted to head home to the West Coast to San Francisco, but he instead opted to remain with the New York Yankees. And after being turned down by one star, the Giants turned to another star as they were able to agree with Correa on a 13-year deal for $350 million. And make no mistake about it, we know that the Giants were all in on trying to get Aaron Judge, and obviously it didn't work out. But this was a franchise that was desperate to have a star player in the middle of their lineup, and now they have one in Carlos Correa. You think about this offense for the San Francisco Giants. They were middle of the road at best in a lot of offensive categories last year in the National League, and that's simply not going to cut it. You need more pop in that lineup, but also you need more quality overall. And Correa is not going to be a guy that's going to go yard 40 times a year, especially in that cavernous park out there in San Francisco. I mean, you look at his averages, he's going to be a guy that's going to consistently hit between 25 to 30 home runs per season. He's going to give you about 285 in batting average, and he's going to flirt with driving in close to 90 runs. So you look at that, and I think Correa could have an impact on this lineup. I mean, he's a guy, but he won't be the guy. And I say that from the standpoint he's a star, but he's not a superstar. And I'm not trying to take away or diminish anything that Correa has done and will do in his MLB career, but he's not going to be a guy that's going to put a lineup on his back for several weeks at a time. He can get hot and he can get it going, but he's not going to be that guy that's going to go out there and bash 40 to 50 home runs per season. That doesn't mean that he is not going to be productive. And I think he will be productive in this Giants lineup. And I think he has the potential to do some big things at Oracle Park in San Francisco if he focuses on hitting towards the gaps. I mean, he's a guy that I think will have success hitting the ball over the left field fence there. But also, you look at how deep that both right center and left center are, especially right center field at Oracle. If Correa can hit that ball to that gap consistently, you're talking about a guy who has the potential to be a doubles machine. He hit 24 doubles last year for Minnesota, 34 the year before with Houston. I think honestly he has the potential to flirt with getting 40 doubles in that park right there, especially since you're going to be playing 81 of your games in that park. Now, of course, Correa is the centerpiece of what has been a busy offseason for San Francisco. We also saw them pick up Mitch Haniger, Ross Stripling to the starting lineup for the Giants. And then also Jock Peterson surprisingly decided to take the qualifying offer from the Giants and come back to Frisco. And obviously, I think that Peterson likes being there. And when you have guys that want to be someplace, I think that really helps as far as getting it going for your team. You look at the Giants as a whole, they took a big step back last year. I expected them to, just not as far back as they did. I mean, you think about what San Francisco was able to accomplish in 2021 when they won 107 games en route to winning the National League West. And I will always say that I felt that the Giants really could have done some damage in the postseason in 2021. It was just the fact that they ran into the Dodgers in the wild card round. The Dodgers themselves won 106 games that year. And, I just think it was unfortunate that both of these quality teams had to butt heads so early on in that shortened 5-game series. But nonetheless, for the Giants, obviously everything came together for them that year. And it's when you have a season like that, it's tough to replicate it. The Giants didn't. They only won 81 games last year. And it's going to be interesting to see how things work out for them going forward, especially with Carlos Correa in the middle of this lineup. So the question is going to be, will the Giants be able to make some noise in the National League West? I think the NL West is going to be much more competitive than people are going to give it credit for. You still got to worry about the Dodgers. We know about what the San Diego Padres have done this offseason as well. And of course, the Giants simply want to try to find a way to keep up with the Joneses. And if you're a big market team like San Francisco, you definitely want that star appeal in the middle of your lineup. So for manager Gabe Kapler, obviously it's his job to go out there and run the best team out there every day to give San Francisco the opportunity to win. And of course, with Farhan Ziti running this front office, it's all about bringing in those quality pieces. Carlos Correa knows how to win. I know some people at least, are still going to be critical of the Astros, winning in 2017, but nonetheless, Carlos Correa is a winner. He was a part of that winning organization with the Astros, and now he's going to bring it to the West Coast for the coming years. So there were other teams that were rumored to have Carlos Correa on their radar. Obviously, they fell short. The Giants were desperate, and they got now who they feel can be a centerpiece for their team for the years to come. I don't see the Giants being finished in free agency, even if they don't make a big splash for the rest of this offseason. I think the Giants will continue to add pieces going forward, but nonetheless, big time signing for San Francisco. They missed out on Judge, but they still have a star in their ranks in Carlos Correa, and I think he will do some big things for the Giants in the Bay Area. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take this time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So, once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin. I am signing off, saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.